Flex your business with an American Express Business Gold Card. You'll earn 4 times membership rewards points on your top 2 eligible spending categories, like transit and electronics, each month, on up to $150K in combined purchases per year. Plus, you can now earn 3 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. Terms and points cap apply. Learn more at AmericanExpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold, built for business by American Express.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, all of my beautiful friends from all across the vast reaches of the internet. I hope each and every single one of you is doing absolutely spectacular on this fine Tuesday morning or whenever you happen to be listening to this podcast episode, whether that be morning, evening, or into the night. Welcome to the Reddit Asks Us podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/Askreddit. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcast, please go ahead and leave us a rating and also leave us a review. It helps with the show so immensely much. You can respond to this week's episode's question by going to the description in Spotify. And then if you click the episode, scroll down in the description, there should be a comment section there, and I'll read those comments out loud in the next week's following episode. Please go ahead and join our subreddit, r/Reddit Asks Us, on Reddit, where there's a new mega thread posted every single week, and whatever else you can post in there or think of posting in there, whatever beyond your wildest, vastest dreams you could think about posting that's Reddit Asks Us related, you can go ahead and post that in there. This is an ad-supported show, so we will take an ad break about 10 minutes in the show, and then we'll take another one about 10 minutes, 15 minutes after that, so something like that. We do have a poll, so we'll read off the would you rather and the answers to the polls each week. I still am just struggling finding out the right spot to put this in because I feel like I just always forget. So, okay, let's read off the would you rather results from last week. So last week's would you rather was, not that this was kind of a tough one, and it proved to be. It was evidently a tough one for all. Would you rather all content you consume be on 25% speed, music, TV, everything, or your life be on 125% speed? And we had a 50-50 split. I think this is the first time we've had a 50-50 split right down the middle for a would you rather, for a poll. So yeah, 50-50 content, 25%, life on 125. So I mean, it's not an easy choice, so you must choose wisely. So the would you rather, let's read off the would you rather for this week, and then we'll go into the comments, and then we'll go into this week's episode. So the would you rather for this week is, would you rather be constantly sick or constantly in pain? So the sickness and the pain are related, like they're proportional. So like, let's just say you feel like you pretty much always have a lightly sprained ankle. Your ankle always feels a bit sprained. Or would you rather be on like the verge of feeling like you have a cold like all the time? That's a tough one. That is a tough one. It's not an easy road. Maybe the sickness one might be a little bit too much. Why don't we say like a slightly sprained wrist and a slightly sprained ankle all the time? Or would you rather feel just a little bit like you have a cold all the time? Which sounds like a pretty horrible existence if you ask me. But that is for you philosophers to decide. So next, we're going to hop into last week's episode's responses. We only had 2 comments from this past week. I thought there was going to be more, but I'm not sure. I guess everybody took vacations this past week. So last week's episode was, how did you let your intrusive thoughts win? Maybe this one was a little too up close and personal for some of you. Maybe you guys have maybe the fans of the show here have some pretty dark, pretty depraved thoughts here, and they let them win a couple times. I just hope that you were wearing your skydiving. I heard you were wearing your parachute at least. So you actually ended up saving yourself when when you're parachuting, and then you kind of just think, what if I didn't pull the parachute right now? What if I just didn't do it? I think that there's a pretty solid answer to what's going to happen if you don't do that. First one comes from a small fry. I love your your photo on here, like your profile picture. It's so funny. It's like this. It's like a little French fry. It's frowning. It looks so sad. So Small Fry says, you know how in cartoons, to clean their room, people shove all of their stuff in a closet, and when it gets opened, it all tumbles out? Well, I did that when I was a little kid, like 6 years old, and I went crazy. I put all my stuff in the closet, even the furniture. When my mom opened it due to a suspiciously empty room, rather than tumbling out, it just stayed put in one big junk pile. And rather than appreciating my impressive feat, I was put in a timeout and spent the day putting all the stuff back. I think you kind of got screwed on this one, not gonna lie. In my personal opinion, I mean, I think this is some skill that maybe could be transferred into some way useful. Like maybe you could end up on like a TLC show or something. Like there's ways we can utilize this, okay? There's ways I feel like we can workshop this, okay? This is like some maybe we can figure out how to make you like some sort of, like influencer, a packing influencer. So you just like that to me, I feel like is like a good niche to be filled. It's just videos of watching people like from a camera up above, watching people just pack luggage. Just folding things really nicely, having things put inside a suitcase really nicely. Hey, ideas out there, folks, okay? I'm just giving you guys the ideas, okay? I'm just laying down the trench, okay? I'm just digging the foundation here for you. I opened the door. Now y'all got to walk through it, okay? That's what we're talking about here, okay? These are the ideas that are going to change the world, okay? These are the ideas that are going to push the frickin' envelope, guys, okay? Google, Bing, frickin', I don't know, the guy who created the air fryer. These are some innovations we need to be seriously kind of honing in on. Next one comes from Phil Savannah. Life on 125%. Life on 125%. Oh my God. What? Sometimes people I know listen to this show, and I feel like they're just listening, and they're gonna be like, "Wow, this guy's even more of a freaking nerd than I thought he was." Life on 125%. I already listen and watch everything sped up a little bit. I have jumped in a puddle of water with brand new shoes. Wow. Telling a dog you're hired after shaking their paw. That's kind of awesome, though. When I was young, I would avoid sidewalk cracks, but the main ones are walking past a balloon or charcoal bag and always feeling the need to slap it. Walking past a balloon? Oh, I guess like just smacking a balloon, yeah. Charcoal bag? How often are you running into bags of charcoal, Phil? Bag, when I see the old bag of charcoal. Like, I hope that's not some sort of, dysphemism, as the word I learned it today is like, it's the opposite of a euphemism. It's supposed to mean something bad. I hope that's not a dysphemism for something, Oh, the old frickin' charcoal bag. Yeah, I'm just talking about my dog. No, I'm just kidding. That would be very violent and horrible. And always feeling the need to slap it. We had a big snowstorm down here this week. Yeah, right. I heard about places in Georgia and New Orleans got snow, which is like super weird. And I don't see how y'all do it all the time. I hate it. See, this is the thing, bro. This is the thing. Hear me out on this, okay? In case anyone who's just listening to the show doesn't know the story about myself, I'm from Canada. I live in Canada. I grew up in Canada my entire life. As you can clearly tell from my accent. That was sarcasm, by the way. But anyways, maybe I have a bit of an accent when I do the show. I really don't know. But anyways, this is why we make winter fun, okay? Because in Canada, it's cold, okay? Especially where I'm from, it's hella cold. Like, hella cold. The only other comparable country to how cold it is generally from where I'm, like, from originally is, like, Russia. Like, it's pretty cold. It's gotten obviously warmer over the years because of global warming, but still, it is generally pretty cold. But this is why, instead of just sitting around and bumming and humming and hoeing all the time, we make winter fun. Like, I went snowmobiling. Snowmobiling is freaking awesome, dude. It's like such a rush. I got up to 120 kilometers an hour on a frozen lake on a snowmobile. Like, that was an exhilarating experience. If I just let go, I would have died. You know, it gives you a bit of a rush. That's how we Canadians, you know, this is how we pass our winter. We do things that almost kill us. You know, I'm a big skier. I love downhill skiing. I ski the mountains. I've very many times almost killed myself, not on purpose. You know, we just engage in life-threatening activities during the wintertime. That's kind of what we're about, because that just keeps you on your toes, and it just reinforces the idea of your mortality. I think that's kind of what we do. We like to do that. We like to go on long hikes where we think to ourselves, I really hope I'm gonna make it back tonight. Because it is freezing cold. And I don't know, I guess for those who aren't familiar, my American listeners aren't familiar with kilometers. 120 kilometers an hour, I want to say, is like 90 miles an hour, maybe? I don't know. MPH to KPH. Let's just do the conversion, because it's 1.6. Maybe it's more. So, 74 miles per hour. Wow, I was way off. Holy shit, 90. If I was going 90 miles an hour, I don't know if I would still have had a face. Well, I guess that's 144 kilometers an hour. I get 20 kilometers an hour more is not that crazy, but my helmet might have not stayed on my head. Okay, folks, we're going to take a short little ad break, and then we're going to hop right in back to this week's episode.
I think I just won my taxes.
Yeah?
I just switched to H&R Block in about 1 minute. All I had to do was drag and drop last year's return into H&R Block, and bam, my information is automatically there.
So I don't have to go digging around for all my old papers to switch?
Nope.
Sounds like we just leveled up our tax game.
Switching to H&R Block is easy. Just drag and drop your last return. It's better with Block.
Welcome back, all of my beautiful friends. I'm so happy and absolutely psyched to have you back here for another week's episode. So as you can tell from the episode title, the episode today is, what is the thing you find disgusting but others don't? So it's, you know, these are little niche things. These are kind of like, there's one in here that's mine, but it's listed later on. I don't know if I'll read it out, but I'll just say it. I'm just gonna say it, guys. I'm just gonna come with it. I'm gonna confess my truth here. Eating noises, bro. Eating noises freaking push me off, bro. I'm so fucking angry, bro. When I'm in a quiet place and like, oh my god, my roommate Sam, you guys know Sam. You guys can go back in time and listen to some episodes of Sam. Great guy. He's one of my best friends in the world. Super awesome dude. But you know, we eat breakfast together sometimes, like in the same room. We're on kind of different schedules, but he will have his like AirPods in and like, you know, be watching Instagram Reels or watching a YouTube video or something, and he eats like a goddamn Dyson vacuum. Okay, this guy is a freaking Hoover, man. It's just like, it just is. I'm a fast eater. This guy makes me look like a goddamn turtle. Okay, I'm eating with Speedy Gonzalez every day. Okay, this guy just shovels food into his mouth, and he's eating his eggs, and he just slurps them up like. I'm like, dude, I love you, bro, but I might strangle you this morning. This might be the morning where I do it, man. This might be the morning where I freaking cut loose, bro. No, I'm just kidding. But unless you're listening to this, Sam, then please be scared. But that's just my thing. I don't know what it is. I know it's called like misophonia or something like that. My mom has it. I never really like thought about it too much until it was pointed out to me. And now it's all I notice, and it is just, oh my god, it is so irritating. Like, I think I've developed it because my mom had it and she would mention it, and then it's something that, and my sister has it too, and now it's just something I just can't. Oh my god. When I'm at the dinner table with my grandpa, folks, I love my family, okay? I would kill for my grandfather. He is an amazing person, but he sounds like a freaking chipmunk when he's eating, bro. It's smacking. It's like, oh my god, bruh. Oh, I am going through torture right now. Honestly, if I'm ever an enemy of the state or something like this, you don't even need to waterboard me or anything. Just put me in a room with someone who's eating. I'll fold immediately. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. Just don't eat those freaking fried eggs in front of me. First one comes from Sir Luke, which is not me, by the way. Toddlers with food on their face. It drives me nuts. I just want to get a washcloth and clean their face off. Reply from Pronounced Beck. As a toddler teacher, I take care of 10 one-year-olds every day. Food and boogers crusted on their face is unacceptable. Not only is it gross, but it's bad for their skin too. Yeah, I you know what? I wouldn't have thought that I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say that I just didn't really think boogers on your face were a great natural moisturizer. In my that's not what I leapt to first, right? Natural moisturizer. Ooh, I don't even know what's coming to mind here. Maybe trying to find maybe some, I don't know, I'm trying to get some soap, goat soap or something. Like, that's natural, I guess. I didn't think, at the bottom of the list, I would have put your own boogers. That's kind of, I wouldn't have thought. That's like so Instagram influencer, though. I could just so imagine that the shit that you see on Instagram, sometimes my algorithm is so cooked. Like, I will just be going through my Instagram reels and I'll just be like, I'll get a random reel of a woman and she's like putting like this gel or something on her face and she's like, "Good morning, everybody. I hope each and every one of you is a shining ray of sunshine this morning. Today, we are putting my booger oil and my husband's booger oil on our cheeks, and this is going to help get rid of all of those toxic chemicals that have been put into your body. And I just want to remind you that if you've ever eaten Red 40 in your life, prepare to die a suffering death in about a year from cancer. So I love you, babies. Goodbye. See you in the next video where we're going to be using anal fecal extract as a bathing material. Okay, bye. Like what is going on with my algorithm? That is some shit. It's like, bro, I think we've spent the last like what, 800 years or something like that kind of discovering soap, discovering that the reason why people were dying en masse is because they didn't have soap. Like the reason why lifespans were like at 40 years old was because we were sharing a sponge to wipe our butts after we all just used the same latrine. I think we've kind of built past this. Why are we regressing? What is happening with society, okay? Bathing in your piss is what we've spent about like 500, 400 years telling you not to do, okay? We've discovered this. This shouldn't be open for debate, all right? But I hate when parents drop them off all crusty. The first thing I do, all crusty. The first thing I do, it just makes me think of like a kid's nickname, like, "Hey, Krusty, how's it going this morning, Krusty? Oh, I see you showed up super crusty again today, Krusty." That's like Krusty the Clown, right, from Simpsons. But it just sounds too on the nose to be like some kid's name, like Krusty. Everybody, Krusty's here. Oh, looks like I gotta peel that layer of crust off again. The first thing I do when they leave is get a warm washcloth and clean them. It's not hard. In fact, it's the bare minimum of care. You would think, wouldn't you? But apparently no. Apparently these health fluencers on Instagram are saying, "Don't you dare wash my child's face." I spent a month worth of collecting boogers to rub all over his face and reduction down to a facial cream that's gonna I don't even know honestly what it's gonna do, but it's gonna do something. I can guarantee you that. Next one comes from Outlandish Sadness. Breathing. This is one I've never heard of before, but now that I've heard it, it's kind of like I can see where you're coming from on this one. So, Outlandish Sadness says, breathing someone's breathed air. Like laying under the blanket and facing my now ex-husband was physical torture. The air felt warm and used, LOL. And yes, I know it's irrational, but in my head, I hate it. It's not necessarily something my mind would jump to right away, as long as you're not kind of like, as long as you're not too overly obsessive with it. It's as long as you're not like getting into Ubers and being like, hey, I know it's a 20-minute Uber, but I have this thing. Would you really mind just not breathing for the next 20 minutes? I'd really appreciate if we just didn't share the same air. Like, it's just, I have a thing, and I need, if this is my only request, okay? I know how some Uber drivers, you guys have water, maybe a few snacks in the little pouches there. I totally, that's just, I get it. It's convenience. It's convenience for our inconvenience, but if I could just bother you very, very shortly, for a very small request, just don't breathe. Just keep your oxygen to yourself, and you will get a 5-star Uber rating. Okay, just don't inhale or exhale any oxygen as we go through this 20-minute Uber ride. Because if I even hear a little sniff or just a little gasp, I will be reporting you to Uber, and you will never have a job ever again in your entire life. So I think if we made that clear, okay, and you better leave me a 5-star Uber rating, okay, or I will come to your house and I will find you, okay? I will force you to breathe carbon dioxide. I will suffocate you if you breathe in this car. Do we have that clear? It's one thing I asked you to do. I didn't ask for bottled frickin' water. I didn't ask for frickin' Fiji water, okay? I asked for one simple thing. I didn't ask for a bag of chips. I didn't ask for a Gravol or for a Tylenol or anything like that of the sort. I don't want a Coca-Cola. I just want you to not breathe. No use of the circulatory system. Is that the circulatory system? What's the system that you breathe? Lung system. Respiratory system. Yeah. No use of the respiratory system. That's your heart. No use of the cardiovascular system. Yeah, just stop your heart, please, while we're at it as well. Why don't you just shut down the respiratory, cardiovascular, just kind of all that, all of the above systems, okay? Just shut them all down for the duration of the ride. As soon as I step out, then you can go back to living a normal life. But yeah, I don't know. That one is, I kind of get that. Especially if you're feeling trapped. No, but I know what you mean. Like, if you've ever been like cuddling with somebody, and your like face is kind of in like a nook, and then you breathe and you start realizing like, this isn't air. Like, I can't. This isn't breathable air. I'm not getting oxygen. I feel really lightheaded, and then then I can kind of get it. It's not a very pleasurable experience. Reply from Sven Serpent. The relief I feel about not being the only one, OMG. Even as a child, I've hated it when my mother breathed in my direction when we snuggled in bed because I couldn't handle breathing in someone's exhaled air. I always felt like a bad person for moving further away from people due to that. I mean, you know what? Like I said, as long as you're not on an airplane and just nudging the people next to you, can you not breathe, please? I'm literally sitting right here, and you're just breathing? Like, come on. Do you not realize I'm sitting right here? Yeah, that's what I thought. How about we have a little bit more respect for our fellow passengers, and no breathing in my general vicinity. Next one comes from Narrow Hat. Sitting in a warm seat someone was just in. Absolutely disgusting. I mean, I don't know if other people find this not disgusting. I mean, I've never sat down in a warm seat and thought to myself, ooh. It's not like I'm going on the bus being like, someone gets up and being like, hey, yo, is that seat warm? Just checking, bro. I just want to make sure I step in the warmest seat possible. Did you fart on that by any chance? Did you fart on that seat? Can I sit in that? If you farted on that, you look like you farted, bro. You look like you just freaking ripped ass, man. You look like you just ripped it all on this freaking subway, bro. I feel like I can still kind of smell it, bro. Is that yours, bro? Dude, that's definitely you, bro. You definitely ripped a fatty, bro. Can I just make sure? Let me smell your ass and then just make sure that we've got the same spot here, because I just don't want to be mistaking the seat that I'm sitting in. You know, I just want to make sure it's nice and warm and cozy and like a little farty. Like, I feel like that's kind of like, the vibe that's going on right here. I just want to make sure I'm kind of like, it's like a comforting feeling, you know, just being in someone's warm chair full of fart. It's kind of like what I'm looking forward to. But, yeah, I can't say that that's most people. You know, I can't say that that's like, you know, people probably like, if I'm thinking about myself in that situation, you know, I sit down in a seat, maybe it's a lecture chair, you know, not an electric chair. Maybe I sit down in an electric chair, you know, because of the crimes of humanity I committed, crimes against humanity, and all those war crimes I committed back in Bosnia-Herzegovina. No, I'm just kidding. I really know nothing about that conflict, so please don't butcher me. We are just making jokes. But, you know, just when I sit down in the electric chair and I think to myself, bro, was somebody sitting in this before me, bro? Is this freaking chair warm, dude? Did someone sit in this chair? Did someone fart in this chair, bro? Bro, the least you can do is spare me a bit of freaking dignity and have the intervals between electric chair sessions, electric chair killings, corporal punishment just be a bit longer. You couldn't just extend it. Like, really? Did you really have to squeeze me in for the 3:30? You know, if you just did one at 3:15? I feel like not that many people are on death row. Okay, are we not? Do we have to pick one day to do them all in a row? Can we not just spread them out a little bit? I'm sitting down in this chair. This is the last chair I'll ever sit in my life. And it's freaking warmed up, man. That's freaking bullshit, bro. I thought I'd get a last meal. I thought maybe this electric chair would be a little bit more comfortable, bro. But no, like, if I'm sitting down in someone's lecture chair, or like a chair for a lecture at university or something, yeah, like I feel like I'm not, you know, it's definitely something I notice. I probably now am going to be a little bit more cautious when I sit down in the chairs to be like, oh, nice. But, you know, I don't think other people don't find it disgusting. Reply from Business Ear 4207. Ew, same but toilets. Knowing someone's bare ass was on it before me is just enough, but feeling the bare butt heat still radiating off the seat is just, and then puke emoji. Excuse me, a reply from Tack No Saddle. On a road trip in a remote part of the U.S., we stopped at a busy rest stop, and I had to take a shit. Nothing quite like waiting outside the stall until you come face to face with the person whose ass warmth you're about to absorb. See, this is where I'm kind of just like, why not just, you know, just diffuse the awkwardness? Why not just be kind of like, did you warm it up for me? Or, like, how warm would you say? How warm? Lukewarm type thing? Or, like, how hot would you say it is? Like heated seating type warm? Or did you leave it kind of cold? Were you kind of like, you know, I'm using the stall because all the urinals are taken kind of guy? Did you leave a little piss on the seat, though? Little piss on the seat? Or am I going to have to wipe that up? Am I going to have to wipe a little piss up off the seat? Come on, bro. You can tell me, dude. It's not even like let's clear the air, okay? Two things. Is the seat nice and hot and warm from your juicy big butt? Or is there a little bit of itty bitty pee on the seat? Like, I feel like, come on, just a little dribbles, like, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal, okay? I will clean it up for you. I just want to know if it's there. I just want to know who I'm interacting with here. I just want to know if there's not multiple DNA dribbles, okay? It's like you and the guy before you. Like, I feel like that's a bit of deception here. Like, I feel like I'm being kind of deceived. It's like, wow, really? I thought that was your piss, but I guess it's like 3 other dudes. So you're just going to sit here and freaking lie to my face like that? Like you think I'm really going to take that disrespect? Like, come on. The least you could do is be upfront and honest with me. We're about to share a freaking toilet seat, man.
Build a routine with Ollie that supports your wellness needs, like getting your daily vitamins and minerals with Ollie's multi-gummies, or keeping your mood upbeat with all the vitamin D in Hello Happy. Give your gut health some support with probiotics, and wake up feeling refreshed after taking Ollie Sleep. Do wellness on your terms. Find Ollie at a Walmart or Target near you, or at ollie.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Next one comes from Rob Zombie _. Empty glasses of milk. The little bit left behind always makes me want to throw up for some reason. You know what? I never thought of this, but yo, this is also the reason why I chose to read this one out is because I have a personal vendetta against adults who drink milk. Okay? What are you doing? Why are you drinking milk? Like, is it like what's the rationale here? Okay, I refuse to believe that you drinking a glass of milk every day is like gonna make a noticeable difference for you in your life. It is weird. Okay, milk is just a weird thing. Milk is an additive. Okay, it's like something you put in along with something else. It's like milk with tea or milk with coffee, you know, or milk in cereal, okay? The milk is an addition. It's not just a bare thing, okay? It's not a baseline activity, okay? Drinking milk. Drinking milk is like I feel like, are you 5 years old? Did we not grow past our childhood traumas here? Like, it makes me feel like, oh, are you going to grip the glass with two hands too? And you're going to look into the glass as you drink it? And you're going to end with a little milk mustache? Like a little thin line of white stash across your face? Like, this seems a little bit juvenile to me. Sorry to all the milk drinkers, okay? I apologize to all the milk drinkers, but I gotta be honest. I gotta go with my gut here. Okay, I gotta go with what my gut is telling me, and that is, if you drink milk as an adult, I'm going to assume you do baby talk. I'm going to assume you haven't moved past very important, socially developmental roadblocks here, or socially developmental pillars or cornerstones here. I'm just going to imagine that there is some sort of thing that is like, I'm just waiting for the bomb to drop is really what I'm saying. Like, I'm waiting, like, as soon as I see you drink that glass of milk, I'm like, we're going to have problems, aren't we? We're going to have an issue. This is, oh, I thought you were normal and cool. Now you're drinking milk. I see. So things are about to get really weird. Okay, things are about to get very strange. You're the type of person, after you drink that milk, you're gonna be asking me, oh, hey, did you warm up that toilet seat for me? It's like the roommate you don't even really know. It's like, what? Yeah, just wondering. Yeah, just wondering. Yeah. Do you mind if I just kind of like take a peek at your leftovers? I don't want to eat them. I just want to kind of look at them. Maybe take a couple DNA swabs. Maybe a little bit cotton balls. Maybe Q-tips, if you don't mind me just kind of swabbing in and around there. I'm gonna assume if you drink milk that you're gonna watch me while I'm sleeping. That is just kind of what That's the train of behavior that I'm kind of associating with the milk drinkers. But even worse is that milk film that's left on the glass. We don't need to be drinking anything that leaves a film, okay? I mean, the one and only exception is a beer, okay, in my opinion. All right, if there's any under 19, because 19 in Canada is legal drinking age, or under 21 if you're America, or wherever else the age happens to be, if you're listening to a country, no beers, okay? Not condoning beers. But as an adult, okay, I'm 23, as an adult, maybe the beer film. But now that I'm saying it, I'm not a big fan of the beer film either, okay? I'm going to wash that glass out, because I'm not trying to go in for a glass of milk after a glass of beer, okay? It just doesn't sit well with me. And aren't we all lactose intolerant too? Like, after we turn a certain age, like, why do you keep trying to turn back the clock here, bro? Are you trying to source? Like, is this your way of trying to, source something weird from the dark web, the internet kind of thing going on here? Like, are you looking for breast milk or something? Like, it's feeling a little. The reply from the Great Turtle of Gort. I was staying at a friend's house when I was maybe 10, finished my glass of whatever I was drinking, and then there was a layer of moist milk glop stuck to the bottom. I instantly exorcist vomited all over the kitchen. See, again, you know what doesn't, like, go bad? Water. Water doesn't go bad, folks. Can we not just stick to water? Like, this is, can we move past this? Like, beer is gone bad multiple times. Okay, that's like fermented. It's very bad. But milk has no redeeming qualities for me. I just feel like it's weird texture. It's like, it's kind of thick, but it's also kind of not. It doesn't have like a very great taste. Like, it tastes like, it's not like flavored any nice flavor. It's just kind of a weird almost taste of something. It's like it almost tastes like something, but then it doesn't. Next one comes from Chicago Realist. I harped on this milk thing for quite a while. It's like 10 minutes. Like 6 minutes of the show is just me talking about milk and how much I hate milk. People wearing their dirty shoes on the couch or bed seems like commonplace. Man, this is what I'm saying about Americans, bro. No hate for my American brethren and sistren. I love each and every single one of you, whatever how you choose to identify. I don't care. I love all human beings, even if you don't identify as a human being. If you want to identify as something individual or whatever, that doesn't bother me. But if you wear your goddamn shoes inside of the house, like, we had an American visit to our place recently, and they wore their shoes in the kitchen and living room and all in and around the place, and I could just tell, I gave them the benefit of the doubt, right? I was like, okay, they're probably not used to taking their shoes off. But I couldn't still get past the fact that it was an ick for me. It was just like, it's the logic behind it makes no sense to me. It's like, so you're just gonna kick your feet up if you got freaking dog shit on your shoes, like on your coffee table where everybody eats and drinks over? It's like, oh man, what's that on the bottom of your shoe? You just got kicked up your feet on the coffee table, long day at work, you kick up your feet. First of all, first thing, okay, you go into the living room, you kick your feet up on the coffee table, there's dirt falling off your shoes, it's like gum stuck to it, it's like gets stuck on the floor, tracking that throughout the house. It's gonna make things only harder to clean. It's like, oh man, I see you stepped in dog shit, bro. Oh, that's a tough one, bro. Yeah. But you know what? It is what it is, bro. I think that's a little too is what it is for my liking. A little bit too relaxed, okay? I'm not trying to track the dog shit all over my house, man. And if you're used to doing it all the time, how would you even know? Like, how would you even know it's there? It's like, oh, damn, I didn't realize I'm walking past 3 days all over the house with dog shit all over my feet. Guess we just gotta just mop it up a little bit, just kind of spread it around, just it is what it is. Maybe I'll do a couple sweeps of the floor. Yeah, I don't really think that's going to work for you, bro. And also, it's like, you're just making more work for yourself. Like, I don't understand. Like, the door, like, how you can have indoor shoes. Okay, makes sense to me. Indoor shoes, you only wear them indoors, maybe a couple times outside. Getting the mail, whatever it is. Newspaper. People still read the newspaper. For all of the older folks in the demographics of this podcast, reading the newspaper. Go ahead. Step outside. But we're not taking hikes here. Okay, we're not going out on some trekking adventure, okay? This isn't adventure time, all right? We're not SpongeBob and Patrick going on some deep sea quest for King Neptune's crown, okay? We're doing quick little steps. Also, after you're done work, don't you want to take off your shoes? Like, I feel like after a hard day's work, don't you want to kick off the shoes, not keep them on? I feel like that almost that's a little bit, seems to me a little bit like that would suck. Like, that would just make me feel more exhausted, is just kicking my feet up while my shoes are still on. Yeah, just tightening them up, it's like, oh man, my feet are so constricted, blood's not flowing. Why don't I just give these a little tighten here? Yeah, just really squeeze the hell out of those shoes. Next one comes from Rybaze. The disturbing number of grown-ass men not washing their hands after using public restroom. It haunts me. Edit. It's clear at this point that this is not only an issue with grown men. Today I learned some research has found that only 31% of men and 65% of women wash their hands after using a public restroom. The CDC and prevention reports. Only 31% of men. We failed as a society. Come on, bro. 31% of men. I had someone tell me one time that going to the bathroom and touching your genital area is like, he told me, he was like, it's like touching your arm. And I was like, wait, that can't. I was like 12, and I'm like, I thought to myself, come on, this can't be true. This just can't be true. And then I'm like, I thought to myself, okay, I guess, like, sure, I guess he's like, it's just skin, like, it's just like touching your arm. Like, I'm like, okay, I guess, and all right. So I looked it up later. It is the exact opposite of touching your arm. Okay, there is so much bacteria in and around that area that will probably at some point you could probably go your whole life without that kind of bacteria ending up in your arm. Like, we're talking, like, this is, I knew it wasn't true, but the fact that I almost believed it, I'm like, I could be the most gullible person. Obviously, it's not like touching your arm. Like, you just piss all over your hand. Like, you just piss all over your hand. It's like, what? It's like basically filtered water with a little bit of ammonia, okay? Get over it. It's not that big of a deal. It's a little piss, okay? A little piss never killed anybody. Newsflash, yes it did, okay? Piss was killing people for like thousands of years and they didn't know it. Okay, basic bathroom hygiene. Like, why do I have to say this? Why are we working backwards? Okay, this stuff we should have already figured out. If anything, as a society, we should be learning how to better clean ourselves, not to just like wipe with our freaking hands. It's like, yeah, it's like touching poop is like, it's like touching saliva. Okay, it's like touching your booger, okay? It's just a little poop. Relax. Like, it's not that big of a friggin' deal, man. Why don't you just chill out, okay? And just touch your poop like the rest of us. Reply from Arding16. At uni, me and my housemate were hanging... This is definitely a British person. At uni, me and my housemate were hanging in my room, waiting to play a game on my Switch, and another housemate joins us after having had a conversation with his girlfriend, a fourth housemate. He proclaims. American, Canadian people, we don't say he proclaims. Yeah, bro was proclaiming the other day. Bro literally just came in and was proclaiming all over the house, man. I'm like, yo, chill with these proclaims, man. So anyways, I won't read it in the British accent, but at uni, me and my housemate were hanging in my room, waiting to play a game on my Switch, and another housemate joins us after having had a conversation with his girlfriend, our fourth housemate. He proclaims, guys, how often do you wash your hands after using the bathroom? Me and my housemate share a look and both say, every time. He then replies, no, but seriously, how often? We emphatically reply, yeah, every time. What do you mean? Turns out he washes his hands about 10% of the time after using the bathroom. Suffice it to say, I felt a lot more uncomfortable about him handling my Switch controllers after that. Bro, they're off limits, man. This is a non-negotiable. Like, no, you can't tell me you're just going to confess to me that you wash your hands 1 out of every 10 times you go to the bathroom, and now you just expect you can just play video games with me now? Bro, we need to quarantine you. Man, you belong in a freaking bubble. All right, you're like the bubble boy from Seinfeld. All right, you need to be kept in a high security lockdown facility. All right, you think you can touch my Switch controllers, bro? I don't even want to let you touch the freaking floor, man. You need to be like put in some sort of like shield or something, some force field. And you need to be elevated above and just sent to a sanitization facility. Okay? This is what needs to happen with you, my friend. They need to wash every crevice of your body and give you all the vaccines. Every vaccine that's ever been known to man, you need to receive. Next one. We'll read off maybe a couple more. Next one coming from... You guys are going to feel this as soon as I read this to you. You guys are going to feel this in your... Jimmy Ginny 06 says, the texture of wooden cutlery, bro. See, in Canada, and I believe it's in some states, we don't have plastic cutlery anymore. Like, you can find it, I think, still at the grocery stores, but if you get takeout somewhere, they don't give you plastic cutlery. Maybe a couple places, but it's, for the most part, it's actually like illegal to do that here, to give people plastic cutlery. So, the solution has been not to find some kind of biodegradable alternative or something, literally anything. They've decided now to be using wood. You know, as if someone was kind of sitting and thinking about this like, you know how people get splinters? What if people had that in their mouths? I feel like this is an untapped market. Okay, I feel like, you know how people get wood slivers, right? You get them in your fingers. Annoying as hell, right? What if we started doing that on people's cheeks and in and around their mouth? Just a giant sliver in someone's tongue, I feel like, is kind of exactly what people want while they're eating, right? Like, everyone's just looking forward to chomping down on their, on their rice bowl, and then, wow, is that dried wood in my mouth? Is that a splinter that's getting stuck inside my tongue? Is my mouth bleeding? I feel like the corners of my lips, like, I can't even talk about this, guys. This is just, irking me right now. Like, it's just not, like, everybody's favorite thing at the doctor is when they go and put that little depressor in your mouth, that little popsicle stick. Everybody loves that. That's everyone's favorite part of the popsicle, isn't it? The stick. Who doesn't love the stick? Oh my god, I can't wait till I get to the stick part of this. I'm pretty sure it's like a universal experience. You know what? Popsicles are fine. I guess I can put up with the juicy, fruity flavor. But what I'm really after is, God, that freaking wooden stick, man. Oh, I just want to rub it on my tongue till it's raw. That's kind of just what I'm thinking of. Everybody loves reed instruments who plays them because they get splinters in their mouths. Like, everyone loves sucking on wood, don't they? It's kind of I feel like this is kind of a human uniting experience. Okay, folks, we're going to close it off there for today. Thank you all so much for listening to yet another episode of the Reddit Asks Us podcast. Tune in every Tuesday morning for another episode of the Reddit Asks Us podcast. If you're listening to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you get your episodes of the podcast, please give us a rating and also leave us a review. We would appreciate that very much, so please go ahead if you can do that. We would greatly appreciate it. Helps to get the show spread. Remember, you can answer this week's episode's question by going to the description of the episode in Spotify and commenting down below in the description section, and I will read those comments out loud in the next week's following episode. I love each and every single one of you. Peace out. Love you. Goodbye.